and we're live at the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana to present the 1987 Boys Class A State Basketball Championships. Good evening, everybody. I'm Frank Bastoni, and welcome to our games this evening. Today, the countdown has gone down to 6 because Chrisman and Venice this afternoon advanced to the semifinals. And tonight, 4 more teams step up to try their luck to get to the Final Four. In tonight's first game, it's a team that likes to run, the Watseka Warriors, meeting a team that does not, the Rockets of Okawville. And then in our last quarterfinal, Ottawa Marquette, who eliminated favored Providence St. Mel, challenges the Beardstown Tigers at 28-3. Now for more on our first game tonight, here are my colleagues, Art Kimball and Coach Ed Butkovich.
Thank you very much, Frank, and good evening, everyone. Looks like another big session here at Butkovich. The first game matches 2 of the real coaching veterans, Keith Baldwin at Watseka, Dave Lichtenfeld at Okawville. Anything can happen in that one.
Been around a long time, something like 800 victories between them. We're pretty close to it.
They've been around a long time. They've been successful a long time. Then you have Ottawa Marquette, suddenly the Cinderella Ball Club, the team that defeats the favorite Providence St. Mel against the big Beardstown team that maybe a lot of people don't know about. We may find a lot about them before the night's over.
Well, Beardstown's got a good ball club. They're big. They're a little bit slow, but as the coach said, they're slow, but they rebound real well, and they can get the ball off the boards. They can go if they have to, and we know that the other ball club is really going to run any opportunity they get.
All right, and we'll be back with more from the Assembly Hall. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
The day you drive out with a new car, you start driving down the value month after month. With most auto insurance, total a car 2 years later, and you just get the used car value. But with Country Company's Keeper policy, if your car is wrecked beyond repair, you get a brand new car. Same make and model, even if it costs more than you paid at first. So get the Country behind you.
You got the Country Company.
For years, soybean weed control has meant juggling brass herbicides with broadleaf herbicides to find just the right mix. And lately, a flurry of new products has made the choices even more complicated. Now there's a single pre-emergence product that controls both grasses and broadleaves. Introducing Turbo from Mobed. Everything you need in one jug. It's the simple solution you've been waiting for.
Man of the Watseka Warriors with us. Familiar face, used to be on this broadcast team. Keith Baldwin, good to have you here, Keith.
Well, you know, Art, it's good to be here. It was a lot of fun doing the TV, but this is how a coach is supposed to be here with his basketball team.
Just briefly, what kind of ball club are you? What do you hope to be tonight, Keith?
Well, we hope to be a fast-striking team. We played quick all year. We like to get the ball up and down the floor, get the ball in the hands of our All-State guard, Dennis Miller. But as the year progressed, we had developed an inside game in Paul Drake and John Martin, and when we did that, we became a much better ball club.
Miller's a tremendous scorer, isn't he?
He certainly is, and he does many other things in addition to scoring.
I want to talk to this other young coach. Good luck to you, Keith.
Okay, thanks, Art.
Couple of the real coaching veterans. And here you have Dave Lichtenfeld with us, of course, from Okawville, 25-year head man at Okawville. Congratulations, Dave.
Well, thank you. It's been real rewarding. There's no question about that.
Did you foresee a possible trip to the Assembly Hall back at the start of the season?
Well, we knew we'd be one of maybe 4 or 5 ball clubs that had a shot at it, and you know, you just have to stay healthy, and good things have to happen to you, and you have to have some breaks along the way, and all those things happen, and we just thank God for that.
Dave, I think a lot of people ask this question: is your 2-point 36-34 win over Carterville in the Super a typical Okawville ball game?
Well, I don't. Normally we don't play that slow. But I hope that we get up and down the floor a little better tonight.
What about Watseka? What's your concerns there?
Well, they get up and down the floor a lot, from what I understand. And, they're just a good ball club and a well-coached ball club. But at this time of the year, right now it's a matter of how the kids react to this type of situation. And whoever reacts the best will probably win.
Dave, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Dave Lichtenfeld, the coach at Okawville. And one of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick, yeah. Whoa! The goodness of milk is a real health kick. Health kick, yeah, milk. You pour a glass of milk real tall, getting calcium and vitamins and
there's a big difference between this sticker price and the upstream price. We'll give you up to $1,200 cash back on a new Chevy or an Oldsmobile. $500 cash back or 3.9% financing on new pickup. And then we'll discount the price even more. Come see over 500 new and used cars and trucks and get a better price, bigger trade-in, and lower bottom line every time at the new upstream Chevy Olds.
It's Okawville, the Rockets, at 27-6 on the season, who've defeated Carterville 36-34 in the Super Sectional, against the Watseka Warriors, 25-4, who took out Clinton 73-60 in the Super Sectional. Watseka of the Iroquois County, the Watseka Conference in the maroon and white in their 6th appearance in the Sweet 16. Okawville in their 5th appearance here. The Rockets, and you see their crowd gathered at Assembly Hall. Okawville of Washington County, an independent with an enrollment of 234. The orange and blue with Coach Dave Lechtefeld. This should be a ball game that most of the observers, Coach Ed Butkovich, have said should be a very close game.
I think it's going to be a real good ball game. I know that Okawville, even though they didn't score a lot of points in the Super Sectional, they will run the ball. They'll get the ball up the floor. And we know Watseka's going to run and go.
Watseka, Coach Keith Baldwin says, is a fast strike team. Okawville might be that tonight. And we're getting ready now to have the pregame festivities. And now let's go to Steve Adams at the public address.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the presentation of the colors, we ask you to stand and join soloist Bill Olson of the University of Illinois and sing our national anthem as it is played by the pep band from Dakota High School.
The twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
William Olson at the Assembly Hall, and a big house gathered for the second quarterfinal of the evening. Earlier today, Chrisman eliminated Elgin St. Edward 69-56, and it was Venice overwhelming Pearl City 81-33. So Chrisman and Venice will play in the first semifinal tomorrow, and now we're set to meet the teams in our second quarterfinal of the day.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the coaches and players for this third quarterfinal round game featuring the Watseka Warriors and the Okawville Rockets. First, for the Warriors of Watseka High School, entering this game with a record of 25 wins and 4 losses. Introducing the head coach in his 16th season with a record of 303 wins and 142 losses, Keith Baldwin. And now the players. Number 10, a 5'9" senior, Matt Reynolds. Number 14, a 5'8" sophomore, Jeremy Parsons. Number 30, a 5'10" junior, Andy Yergler. Number 32, a 5'10 senior, Paul Nelson. Number 34, a 6-foot junior, Dan Neal. Number 40, a 5'10 junior, Sean Edwards. And number 44, a 6'2 senior, Scott Ringy. And now the starting lineup. At one forward, a 6'4 senior, 54, Paul Drake.
Averaging more than 17 points a game.
At the other forward, a 6'1 junior, 22, Derek Hagan.
With 6 points and 6 rebounds per game.
At center, a 6'3 junior, 52, John Martin.
Martin averages 11 points and 8 rebounds a game.
At one guard, a 5'10 senior, number 20, Dennis Neal.
The point guard who also plays strong defense.
And at the other guard, a 5'11 junior, number 24, Dennis Miller.
He averages more than 25 points a game and is an all-state performer.
Those are the Warriors of Watseka High School. And now, introducing the Rockets of Okawville High School, coming into this game with a record of 27 wins and 6 losses. First, the head coach of Okawville in his 25th season with a record of 489 wins and 201 losses, Dave Lichtefeld. And now the players. Number 10, a 5'6 junior, Shane Schuschler. Number 12, a 5'8 junior, Kevin Linker. Number 20, a 5'7 senior, Keith Cup. Number 24, a 6'2 senior, John Jasper. Number 30, a 6-foot junior, Brian Albol. Number 32, a 6'1 junior, Dwayne Sunquist. And number 34, a 5'11 junior, Rob Ossendorf. And now the starting lineup. At one forward, a 5'10 senior, number 22, Keith Riekman.
Solid defensive player, averaging 3 points a game.
At the other forward, a 6'5 senior, 42, Jeff Lichtefeld.
The coach's son averages nearly 19 points per contest.
At center, a 6'4 sophomore, number 44, Darren Stein.
Young and strong, 10 rebounds a game.
At one guard, a 6'2 senior, number 40, Doug Dingworth.
Dingworth scores at 15 per contest.
And at the other guard, a 5'8 senior, number 14, Kevin Renegarby.
Renegarby does a little of everything, averaging 6 points a game.
Those are the Rockets of Okawville High School.
There are the officials.
Your officials for tonight's game, Bob Martin of Springfield and Alan Merriman of Bluffs.
We'll be back with the tip-off. It's Okawville and Watseka. One of your network sponsors is Deutz Allen.
The Deutz air-cooled diesel engine starts easy and warms up fast in ice-cold weather. It runs cooler in scorching heat. It runs longer and uses less fuel. Since it's air-cooled, it needs no radiator, water pump, thermostat, or hoses. That eliminates 40% of engine failures. Air-cooled diesel power is standard in Deutz Allen's 43 to 145 horsepower tractors. Visit your Deutz Allen dealer and see what sets our tractors apart.
At the Hopedale Nursing Home, caring for patients is far more than just taking care of patients. Caring is connecting the nursing home to the Hopedale Hospital so the doctors are never more than minutes away. Caring is baking our own bread, fresh each day, and providing a custom-built bus for shopping and field trips. It's special events, a cheerful country atmosphere, and much more. For more information, call the administrator of the Hopedale Nursing Home, Hopedale, Illinois, 449-3321.
Watseka with a population of 6,100 in Iroquois County. And to the south, Okawville, Washington County, a population in Okawville of 1,500. The enrollment at Okawville, 234. And we're set for basketball. You see the starting lineups? The matchups go into the middle. Martin and Stein, 6'4" against 6'3". Martin at 6'3", 220 in the maroon. Okawville in white. Miller starts with the ball, 24. All-Stater Dennis Miller, Watseka there. Dennis Neal at the point. It's a zone to start with for Okawville. Miller, long bomb. And a long rebound. They punch it back inside, and Drake missed. Jeff Lichtefeld on the rebound. Okawville's Rockets get his first crack. Watseka likes to run the ball. Okawville likes to be a little more patient. Down low, Lichtefeld in the miss. And Paul Drake on the rebound. Watseka in the maroon has won 25 and lost but 4. They've lost to Kankakee McNamara, Fairbury Prairie Central, Tinley Park, and Marion Catholic. No score. Game just underway. Frank Bastoni along with Art Kimball and Coach Ed Butkovich. This is Derek Hagan. The weave out at the top. Miller being watched by Doug Dingworth. Miller gets free. His second miss. And the second rebound for Lichtefeld.
Okawville was back in a man-to-man that time.
Both these teams will change up on the defense. This is man-to-man for Watseka. Dingworth is 40. Here's Lichtefeld. Ball is loose. Dingworth retrieves.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Kevin Renegarby, 14, out at the top. Reekman, 22 on the baseline. This is Stein. Darren Stein.
They run that screen just before for Okawville. He missed. They run him back again. They got an outside shot.
Okawville on first blood. Paul Drake posts up on one side. Martin on the other. Dennis Miller, who started the season with 42 points and has been hot ever since. This is Drake. 5'8" Kevin Renegarby tracks down the rebound. And the Rockets, leading by 2, come up. Stein comes away from the post. Reekman exchanges on the right with Lichtefeld. Reekman is free and doesn't. He's wide open. Okawville being patient. They punch the ball into Stein. His one-hander is long, and the foul of the rebound against the Rockets.
Looked like Okawville was running a little motion offense, a little pick on the weak side, bringing the ball back. The feet inside, good pivot, jump shot, a little bit long.
And there was the foul on Keith Reekman, 22.
Good rebound position for Watseka that time.
Steele, 5'10" senior, plays the point. Wing right, Miller. Steal by Okawville. And the Rockets lead 2-0 at the 5:20 mark. Watseka hasn't been able to get on track. Dingworth tries. Missed it. And a foul on Dennis Neal. So Keith Baldwin gives some instructions, and his team is not off to the roaring start he'd like.
They run a little screen again there away from the ball, and they come back out and meet it. Got the jump shot in the middle.
Dingworth, a senior, had 18 points in the super sectional, a brilliant foul shooter at 84%. You won't find many high school performers that higher than 84%, Coach.
Not many.
Or for that matter, many college players.
Good forward.
Dingworth averages 15 points, and he has Okawville up by 4. Let's see if Dennis Miller can get one down. He went around his man on the right for the one-hander.
Did a good job, got a good shot. Okawville did have good offside defense that time, though.
Zone press on three-quarter court. This will speed up the tempo. Lichtefeld in the back.
Looks like a diamond in one.
Reekman is baseline. Lichtefeld is 6'5". He's the son of the coach. He had a jump shot with 5 seconds left in the super sectional for their only lead. It was a win. There he is.
Good feet inside. Went up strong for the shot.
Lichtefeld makes it 6-2 Okawville.
As an older brother, of course, Lichtefeld does stand out at Illinois Wesleyan.
Miller comes to get the ball. He's but a junior and 16 years old. He's been in double figures in all 53 games he's played. His shot is blocked. Okawville plays defense and now has the ball.
We're playing real good defense right now.
You can hear the crowd shouting air ball. Okawville on a brilliant feed. And it's 8-2 Okawville, and Keith Baldwin stops play. 3:59 in the first quarter. Okawville's off and running. One of your network sponsors, the Illinois Pork Producers.
Ah, the delightful new meals people are serving today. Creative, nutritious, convenient, light. It's not surprising that all these meals are made with white meat. What is surprising is that the white meat here is pork. Pork, the other white meat.
Drive, discipline, determination. The Illinois basketball winning tradition, a tradition we share at Kroger.
12 packs of regular, diet, cherry, or classic Coke or Sprite in 12-ounce cans, $2.69. S&W fruit in 16-ounce cans, 79 cents each.
And Cons all meat wieners or beef franks, $1.59.
Score with cost-cutter savings. Go team, go Kroger.
Okawville hitting on all cylinders in white. Coach?
There's a clear out on the weak side. Okawville goes to the basket and lays it up.
Nice pass by Keith Riekman for the assist, and Okawville is out to an 8-2 advantage at the 3:59 mark. Look at the lob.
He just broke to the basket. Stein was on the low post. He broke to the ball, and Okawville just made a cut to the basket, and he's wide open.
In the early going, Watseka 1 of 6 for only 17%. Okawville 3 of 8 from 37. Watseka the ball. They're down 6. And we're just underway in this quarterfinal. Steele. His shot is long, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. And a foul, it looks like, on Watseka's John Martin.
Dingworth, I think. No, they didn't call the other way. I beg your pardon.
Martin is 6'3" and 220. Picks up the personal, and Watseka extends their pressure defense.
Yeah, Dingworth was a player that wound up out of bounds.
Look at Lichtenfeld in the back at 6'5". Throws it all the way down the court to 5'10" Riekman, who's playing on the baseline. This is Kevin Renegarby. Had a relative, Greg Renegarby, in this tournament way back in 1980. Stein outside. Darren Stein, a sophomore, drilled it.
He's hit a couple of jump shots now. Somebody's going to have to come out on him.
10-2 Okawville. And now Watseka needs to answer. Drake on wing left. This is Dennis Miller. He averages better than 25. Shot is no. Rebound in the lane. Hagan lost it. Stein has it. Okawville strong.
Dennis is going to have to get one down pretty soon.
The first quarter jitters has the Okawville fans doing some shouting. Running one-hander around and out. Dingworth had it, and he's got it back. Kevin Renegarby is 14. He's 5'8" and a senior. Working against 6'4" Paul Drake. Dingworth. Okawville very confident right now.
They run a little pattern there. They come around a double screen. They didn't get it, but they look for it.
Dingworth's inside.
Nice
Steps in, puts it up and blocks. Rebound. Up and home. Riekman. Keith Riekman makes it 12-2 Okawville as the Rockets have exploded off the pad.
The second rebound in a row Riekman's had down there this last series.
Here's a lob inside. This ball is loose and a foul on the Rockets. John Martin grabbed the ball. Riekman fouled him. It's a two-shot violation. And John Martin will go to the line to see if we can check the foul.
I don't know. It just looked like to me he just lost the ball, but maybe it was. Maybe he was up on the body a little bit too close. I don't know.
Martin, 11.5 points a game. And Watseka, who scores more than 70 points a game, is ice cold to start this one. They scored 73 in the Super. They've got 3. Okawville has the ball in the backcourt. Look at the rebound. Okawville dominating the glass, 8-2. Reekman looks inside. They really run the motion game. Lichtenfeld's open. Bang.
He can hit it. He's a shooter.
Jeff Lichtenfeld snapped the net, 14-3.
Well, they're impressive. Their ball movement was not as good as we've seen today.
Man-to-man now. Oh, they scrapped. Miller shot his no. And Reekman tries for the rebound, tips it off Miller, out of bounds to Okawville.
Their ball movement is great, but watch the people off the ball.
Yeah.
The screens they're setting, and they're coming to the ball real strong, and then they're weak-siding the ball again. They're making a couple passes out there. They're looking good inside.
What do you do if you're Keith Baldwin at this point?
They're going to have to get a timeout, I think.
Inside, and shaking free is Darren Stein. It does not count. A foul first on John Martin, 52. Martin second. And Watseka is going to get the first reserve in the game. 32, Paul Nelson gets off the bench.
Of course, Venice had pretty good ball movement, too, and most of it was airborne. With Mr. Hall leading the way.
Jesse Hall with 29 points and an aerial special.
Most of the shots downhill.
High percentage. Dingworth missed. And a tough rebound by Paul Drake. So Watseka gives Okawville just one crack that time and needs a hoop in the worst way. Nelson gets in. He just got off the bench and knocked one in.
Early in the season, Nelson was a starter until he had an injury.
Here's a pass intended. Down low, stolen by Watseka.
There's a break there. A ball carries off the board, and they keep it alive.
Watseka tries to cut the lead again to 7 this time. Miller, a great move. And he's fouled by Lichtenfeld. Oh, he put it in high gear going down the alley that time.
He took the ball that left hand and went hard and did a good job.
Look at
right here. Makes a crossover move, goes to left hand up strong. Great move.
He'll get going. He's a player like that always does.
He had 28 points in the super sectional. Dennis Miller, 80% foul shooter.
You know, one game this year he had 21 assists in the ball game. That's almost a career for a lot of people, too.
Isn't it something? Into the game for Watseka, 14, Jeremy Parsons. Parsons, a 5'8" sophomore. His experience enhanced. Miller drills a pair. Watseka climbs back within 7. They were 11 down. 40 seconds, first quarter. Reekman. Lichtenfeld, actually, until the ball is down the court, is in a guard position.
Yes, he is. And with that size advantage he has, he can see over the defense extremely well.
Renegarby with 23 seconds. You see the clock. Okawville in white, if you just joined us. Watseka in the maroon. Under 15 seconds, and Okawville calls the set play. Renegarby punches it into Lichtenfeld, running one-hander. Nice. Oh, he makes a steal. And Watseka has it back at 1 second, not in time. The end of a very impressive first quarter for the Rockets of Okawville, has them in front, 16-7. One of your network sponsors, ADM Growmark.
Supply and demand. If you're a farmer, those two little words will have a big effect on your future. But now there's a company that's turning the law of supply and demand in your favor. ADM Growmark, a new partnership between the Archer Daniels Midland Company and Growmark Incorporated. ADM Growmark is a direct link between your Growmark elevator and the global markets of Archer Daniels Midland. So when it's time to sell your grain, remember the company with worldwide marketing muscle, ADM Growmark.
Okawville with a very impressive first quarter of play. And, Coach, if the Rockets keep playing like that, they're scattering people over large sections of Illinois with this team.
Well, they've got some good movement out there. Their big guys move extremely well. And that running one-hander last time by Luckenfeld, he did a great job, Luckenfeld. And he almost made that steal. That would have, if he made that steal and put another bucket in there, that player is really in tough shape. They've got the ball now, so this is to their advantage. They can score right now. They're really going to put some pressure on Watseka.
They'd be back to 11 ahead. Fortunately for the Warriors of Watseka, it's early.
Watseka's in a 2-3 zone right now. They're going to keep it spread, throw that ball across the court.
Lichtenfeld fires. Go!
They'll use that skip pass all night long against that zone.
It's 18-7. That's 10 points for Jeff Lichtenfeld. Here's Paul Drake answering. Missed long. And the rebound to Keith Riekman. So everything going the way of the Rockets now.
I don't think that air ball is the answer, though.
Doesn't look like they're going to be real patient against this zone, as you might expect. They got a shot early the last time down.
They did.
Here's a steal nicely done by Nelson. Nelson in the front court. Finds Steele. Blocked by Lichtenfeld.
Shows you the hustle. That big guy really works hard. He can get down the floor. He can run the floor.
Return to sender. Look at the stats. First quarter, 2 of 10 for Watseka. 7 of 15 for Okawville. Free throwing very good on both sides, and Dennis Miller drills one. Rebounding Okawville 7-3. Turnovers even at 1. 18-9. 7 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the first half. Frank Massoni along with Art Kimball and Coach Ed Butkovich from the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana. Dingworth fires. Good again.
Looks like to me right now they're on their home court.
Dingworth gives Okawville an 11-point lead. He has 4. Here's Miller dropping a beautiful pass into Drake for the layup. Nicely done.
A little pick and roll. You don't see it very often, but there it was.
1-2-1-1. Zone press. Okawville seems remarkably poised against pressure.
They get it down against the press, then they bring it back out and get it set up again.
Renegarby fires outside. Yes.
Renegarby knows his role, doesn't he?
He really does. That's a very good observation. Drake goes all the way in. Charging.
The big guy showed you can play defense, and he steps in, takes the charge.
Darren Stein, the sophomore, took a knee in the chest and got the turnover.
I think it was a pretty good call.
22-11 Okawville. And the Rockets are mighty impressive in the first half. They've been around this tournament a long time. 27-6 and 82-83. They were in the Super. They were in the third place team in 1980. Inside Stein. Nice rebound, Nelson. He's played well off the bench.
Yes, he has.
Dennis Neal comes up, intended for Dennis Miller. He's got it and shoots. Go!
He stopped on a dime and put it up there.
Miller stopped while he was still in the building and drilled an 18-footer out of the corner. He has 8. 5.5 minutes to go. First half, 22-13, Okawville with the ball. Riekman, wing right. They really move away from the ball. Lichtenfeld, good again.
3-point play. Watseka went back to the man-to-man the last 2 or 3 times on the floor. The kids are picking it up real well. They're adjusting.
Lichtenfeld has a dozen. Dennis Miller gives to Neal. His pop is partially deflected. Picked off by Hagan for 2. Derek Hagan. And the tempo is up. Look at Lichtenfeld at 6'5", drilling the ball over the defenders. 9-point Okawville lead. They've led by as many as 11. Renegarby very much under control. Dingworth at 6'2", the other guard. Lichtenfeld plays away from the goal most of the time. Renegarby's open. And the Rockets are patient. Ball movement is still there. Lichtenfeld drops it into Stein, right back to Lichtenfeld. No clock in high school basketball. Stein rolls one home.
Nice move by the big guy inside. Made a good foot fake, come back inside, and put a good jump shot up.
6 points for Stein. Okawville shooting something under 100, but not much. Hagan.
The third air ball I think they've had. this half. Maybe 4, I'm not sure.
Well, if David Lichtenfeld, the coach of Okawville, could have designed the first half, it would have gone something like this. Jeff Lichtenfeld on the hunt. Missed it. He's got it back for 2.
Went right back up to that for the rebound. Good offensive rebound. Good hustle.
Lichtenfeld's an all-stater, and I can see why. Good player.
He has 14, and the average is 18. This is Drake poked away. Watch Miller between the legs. A pop. It's short. The tip out rebound to Dingworth. Okawville by 13 with the ball and traveling.
Gotta admit one thing, Frank. One thing very unusual. A coach's son is not a point guard. Maybe a first, right?
One of the few.
He could be, though.
Yeah,
and at times,
he does see the floor well, doesn't he?
Dennis Miller, a little shake move. Neal is free, and they don't guard him for 20 feet. Blocked nicely by Lichtenfeld. John Martin shot turned back. This is Dingworth open. Boom!
Like the three, they've got 3 or 4 good shooters.
30-15, Okawville with 3 minutes to play in the first half. Inside, Miller got it down, count it. Dennis Miller, a 25-point-a-game scorer, got that one in.
Miller made a nice move right there. Stein come over and picked him up, but he was just there a little bit too late. Got him with his body.
What if you're in the shoes of Bob Hembrough from Beardstown or Dave Wilson from Ottawa Marquette looking at this Okawville performance in the first half? One of those two clubs will play it if they survive this.
Shot is missed by Miller. Probably went for a walk. Garby takes his time and brings it up. Let's check the defense for Watseka. They're double teaming the ball.
Team right there.
Oh, Miller got his hands on it. And out of bounds for the Rockets in white.
Watseka, though, still very, very much alive. They haven't got into their game really as yet. Maybe the halftime will be what they need.
It's a timeout of the court. Okawville in the lead in the first half of play. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
If you ever wasted a Saturday trying to replace a cheap tension spring or a sheared pin, this needs to be your new mower. If you ever killed a Sunday by chewing up a drive belt or burning out a bearing, this needs to be your new mower. This is a John Deere, and because it's built so well, you can get something from a John Deere that you can't always depend on with other mowers. You can get done.
I always fill up with ethanol fuel. It burns clean, and it's great for my car.
Ethanol fuels are made from corn, grown right here in Illinois and replaceable every year.
Ethanol blend fuels make up over 25% of all gasoline sold in Illinois, and we're proud to offer it to our customers.
Brought to you by the Illinois Corn Marketing Board on behalf of Illinois corn growers.
Okawville jumped off to an 8-2 advantage at the start of the game and has extended their lead to 30-13. They just really
gets a Stein and throws the ball back outside. And he goes back inside. Look at the fake. Nice move. Goes up strong. Bingo.
6'4", 210, and a sophomore. Hello.
Who was the good sophomore we saw from Venice today? Darrell Jackson. They're 6'4" in sophomore center. So we've seen a couple of good ones.
They keep getting bigger and better. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the first half. Okawville in the lead with the ball. Dingworth is 40, and Garby the other guard. Baseline, Stein, Riekman, and Lichtenfeld. There's a lob. Lichtenfeld goes. Same play they had earlier. They ran it at the timeout. Watseka loses the handle. They're 15 down and need something to change the momentum.
They need something now. They need it quick. They need it fast.
Lichtenfeld has 16 in the game. He's 8 out of 13 in the first half. 8 goals. Here he is again. This time, John Martin strips it away from him. Dennis Miller on the fly. Changes direction. Foul, Garby.
Okawville run a little 3 men on one side of the lane with okay, here we go. Looks like takes a move in there. Pretty close. Pretty close.
One of the toughest calls in basketball.
Yes, it is.
Charger block. Miller led his team in scoring 21 times going into the super sectional, and all he did was get 28 there. And that shows you how cold they are on 80% foul shooter. Misses. But he'll get untracked, and Watseka likely will too. Oh, nice pass to Stein from Rena Darby, and a foul. Stein was in. Let's see who the foul is on.
Drake got him pretty good.
Rena Darby fast. He makes a cut inside. He goes right to the bucket. Gets the ball back. Look at that. He knew where he was at.
Drake had 21 rebounds in a loss to Prairie Central, if you can believe it. Darren Stein, averaging 10 points a game, a sophomore, 57% foul shooter. He's obviously improving all the time.
Strong-looking player.
34-17 Okawville at 2 minutes to play. And there's Paul Nelson back for the Watseka Warriors. This is a well-coached, well-drilled team, and they're by no means out of this game here in the first half. They've got one of these kind of scores. Miller, he missed. Dingworth rebounds.
He's having a tough go early in the game.
Dingworth hurries the ball in the front court. Remember, Okawville only scored 36 in their last game. They have 34 now.
That might be the other one right there, no?
Lichtenfeld finally missed, and the ball's rebounded by Paul Drake. He gets 11 rebounds a game. And he's got 4 now. A minute 25 to play. 17-point advantage for the Rockets and a whistle. Foul is on Stein. Darren Stein commits the personal. Number 2. Paul Drake, who had 21 points in the super sectional, steps to the line. Free throw is missed.
They may go for one shot here. I don't know. It might be a little early, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
They have the big lead and the ball, and they spread the court. Now Dingworth walks it up. The man-to-man for Watseka. Rena Darby holds it way out of the front court. Yeah, it looks like they're going to melt some clock.
No, I think maybe they wanted to protect Stein a little bit. They didn't want to take him out of there and want to leave him in there. And I think he feels with a 17-point lead, he'd be pretty comfortable going out with that.
There is no Okawville player closer than 18, 20 feet to the basket. They may break someone there pretty quick.
You know, Bennett's got a couple of those a day off that delay game.
You can see the clock working. This is essentially a shell or a four corners game. Stein is in the middle. Watseka's pushed him way out on the court. Half a minute. First half. It's been Okawville, a red-hot club. They're trying to get the last hoop of what would be a sparkling half of basketball for them. 15. Rena Darby will trigger this play. Here it comes. Dingworth fakes and goes. Block. Rebound. Lichtenfeld. Next one out. Nelson's got it with 3. This is Miller with 1. A foul. And the only way Watseka could have scored, they'll have a chance.
There's a replay. Makes a good move. Fakes one way, goes the other. There again, judgment call. One of the tough things in basketball, we said before.
And now, you talk about feeling like you're on an island by yourself. Dennis Miller, with nobody there, will try a 1 and bonus. 34-17. The teams are walking off for halftime. Miller has it. He has 11 in the first half. And a gift deuce for Watseka at the gun makes the halftime score. Okawville 34, Watseka 19. We'll be back with halftime activities and more. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
When Ed moved to Wheaton's, he thought he was going to have to look high and low for a Country Companies auto claim center. He didn't know that Country Companies has more of them than anyone else in the state. So how about it, Ed? Hard to find?
Nope. It's just 5 minutes from my house. And the country company folks around here are just as friendly.
For the most auto claim centers,
You got the country company.
The price leader can make you a fleet buyer. I've instructed our sales staff to sell every new and used car and truck at fleet prices. And that's in addition to both cash rebates up to $900 and financing as low as 3.9%.
$11,000 full-size pickups are only $79.95. And Taurus, Motor Trend's Car of the Year, is below cost at only $10,786.
You can have them all. Cash rebates, low financing, and a fleet buyer's discount during the fleet buyer's sale at John Deere's Ford Subaru Yugo.
We're at halftime of the first game this evening's session in the quarterfinals. And one thing Keith Baldwin knows of Watseka is that Okawville isn't likely to play any better than that in the second half.
Well, they played a great first half. If they could play anywhere close to what they have the first half in the second half, I said, I don't think that Watseka's going to get back in a ball game.
Coach, Watseka came in advertised the team that wanted to run. Okawville not wanting to run. Look at the 34 points that Okawville put on the board.
Well, but Okawville has dominated the rebounds, and that's been a big key. That's been a big factor. That's how come Watseka can't get out and go.
It really is. You can't run without the ball. Now down to the court. Here's Art Kimball.
Thank you very much, Frank. We've been joined by Tim Blyer, the skipper of the Carterville Ball Club. And Tim, you played this club in the super sectional from Okawville. It's a 36-34 ball game. What's the difference?
Well, they're a very good ball club. You know, we told our kids when we played them that each possession was very critical. You couldn't afford any mistakes, and you can't get in a situation where just running up and down the floor and turning the ball over, because they're an excellent ball club.
Lichtenfeld, of course, is an all-stater, and he's been brilliant in the first half here, but they have good balance all the way around.
They're an excellent ball club, and they know what their capabilities are and what their roles are. You know, they've got some shooters on the ball club, and they've got some defensive players on the ball club, and they know each time they get the ball down the floor, they know who to get the ball to. And, of course, Dingworth and Stein and Lichtenfeld are the people that can score for them.
What did you do to maintain a 36-34 ball game? Obviously close all the way. Did you slow the tempo?
Well, you know, they like a slow tempo, and it's very difficult to get them out of that slow-paced ball club, because we like to press them, and the press wasn't very effective against them. We just took our time offensively because we knew we couldn't afford to get ourselves down. I think it's very critical that you stay on top of this ball club and try to stay ahead of them. And at one point, we were 10 points ahead of them and just sort of let it slip away from us.
They don't appear to be a ball club that's really establishing a slow tempo here tonight, but they certainly want to control it. And I guess they're pretty similar.
That's true. You know, they're trying to press them and get them out of their game plan, and they're a very intelligent ball club, well-coached team, and it's very difficult to get them away from what they want to do.
They're a good defensive club, aren't they?
They are. You know, they came out, it's sort of ironic, they came out and started in a 3-2 zone, because I'm sure they were scouting them and knew that they played us all man. But then after that, they went back to their man-to-man defense.
Tim, thank you so much. Congratulations for a great year.
Thank you very much, Art.
Tim Blaney from Carterville. And one of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick. Yeah. Whoa. The goodness of milk is a real health kick. Health kick. Yeah, milk. You pour a glass of milk real tall, getting calcium and vitamins and loving it all. Looking good. Well, come on, everybody. Milk that kick. Health kick. Do that kick. Come on, everybody. Do that kick. America's favorite health kick.
If you or a member of your family have been seriously injured, you need an attorney you can turn to, someone you can trust, someone who knows your rights and will get you the largest award possible under the law. Jay Jansen knows what it takes to win. He's been practicing personal injury law in Illinois for 25 years. Jay Jansen cares about protecting the rights of his clients, and because he cares, there's no fee unless you win.
For the maximum award under the law, call me, Jay Jansen.
Frank Bastoni along with Coach Ed Butkovich back at the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana, and Watseka finds itself trailing 34-19 after trailing 16-7 after one quarter. There's your first half scoring. Dennis Miller, the All-State guard, with a dozen. Drake, Hagan, and Nelson with 2 each. Martin with 1. 2 fouls Drake, and 2 fouls for Martin. Really no foul difficulty for Watseka. The difficulty is on the scoreboard, where Lichtenfeld leads Okawville with 16 in the first half. He averages nearly 19. Stein, the sophomore center, with 8. Dingworth, the 6'2 guard, with 6. Reekman and Renegarby with 2 each. Fouls, 3 players with 2. No player has 3 in the game. So if Watseka has a chance to come back against this very well-balanced Okawville team, it will probably be on the shoulders of Dennis Miller. How many times can you keep going to that well?
Well, you can keep going to him, but he's got to get some help from Drake. Drake has probably been a key right now, and he's got to come in and help him offensively the second half for them to do anything.
All right, what would you be expecting Keith Baldwin to be telling his team in the locker room right now, down as they are?
Well, I think they got to pick up the tempo a little bit. I know they've tried to fast break, and they're going to have to keep on the press, I think, and just hit the offensive boards is where they have to get going. They haven't got many offensive boards at all tonight.
You know, one of the things that continues to strike us is how well coached these teams are and how much poise they've got, and we'll see how they do in the second half when we come back. One of your network sponsors is Deutz Salad.
Now you can plant with more seed control and better accuracy, regardless of soil conditions, from conventional to conservation tillage, all with the 385 Quadra-Disc planter from Deutz Salad. This patented system features 2 opening discs and 2 closing discs, with depth control to assure proper seed covering. No other system gives you such precise seed control. Visit your Deutz Salad dealer and see what sets the Quadra-Disc planter apart.
You worked hard to create a successful business, but will it survive if you are gone? If it's important to you, call me, Linda Freeberg, 673-8131.
Ouch. You remember the first time you tried these games? Space. But with practice, Captain Galaxy. And when you first tried Coke, I bet you said, no, thank you. But hey, let's try Coke again. Because once you got that new wave taste, you want to try it again and again and again. Now, practice makes perfect. Catch the wave, Coke.
Hello, I'm Bob Hetherington. What you see behind me is not an illusion. This bank in Springfield is offering credit card interest rates at 13.8%. Other banks are offering similar, if not better rates, but none are in Peoria. Tonight, I'll tell you where they are and how you can save lots of money, only on Eyewitness News.
The story of the stats is clear. Okawville, 54% on 15 of 28. Watseka, 32%, only 7 of 22. 4 of 4 for the Rockets free throw shooting against 5 of 9. And here's the big story. Look at the Glass Eaters. 14 rebounds for the Rockets, 5 for the Warriors. Turnovers, 4 for Okawville. Watseka continues nearly turnover-free with only 2. Here's another big stat. You see the rebounding totals so much different. The Okawville team with Lichtenfeld leading the way, 6'5", Stein at 6'4" and 210. And Coach, you've got to have the ball before you can make that break.
Yes, you do.
We've got a individual rebounding, Lichtenfeld, with 7 boards in the first half, and that is the leading rebounder in the game. Dingworth, the guard, with 4 rebounds. Drake leads the Watseka team with only 3 rebounds, but Watseka's going to have to get the ball off the board.
They're going to have to get the ball off the boards, and they're going to have to tighten up their defense in the half court. They're going to have to come out and stop those jump shooters.
Dave Lichtenfeld walks over now to ask a question as we're getting ready to start the second half of this game. And we'll be back at the Assembly Hall for that second half with Okawville leading Watseka 34-19. One of your network sponsors is ADM Growmark.
For too many years, there's been a missing link in America's grain marketing chain. But now, the Archer Daniels Midland Company and Growmark Incorporated have joined to close that gap. It's a new company called ADM Growmark, and it provides a direct link between your Growmark elevator and the global markets of ADM. As a cooperative grain marketing system, ADM Growmark is committed to building bigger, more reliable markets. So ask your Growmark elevator about ADM Growmark, the company with worldwide marketing muscle.
Hi, I'm Tom Cassidy for Neil's Appliance and TV. When it comes to the best American-made appliances, you can't beat Whirlpool. And for the best price and free delivery, you can't beat Neil's, the king of deals in downtown Pekin.
Well, the game was advertised before it started as a game of run and don't run, with Okawville being the don't run team, but they've run out to a 34-19 advantage.
It looks like the situations have reversed the first half.
One thing we know for sure, and that is Watseka has the capability of scoring a lot of points in a hurry. They average better than 70 points a game. They only have 19, and so they can put together a 50-point half.
Looks like they can handle the raw ball real well. If they have to go into any kind of a control game, it's already in their favor because that's what they like to play.
They had only one turnover in the first half of the super sectional. They only had 2 turnovers here. They average well under 10 turnovers a game. That's very, very good.
Terrific.
This is Paul Nelson starting the second half for Watseka, 32. There's Hagan, 22. Let's see what Watseka has in store for Okawville here in the second half. Dennis Miller is 24. If you just joined us, he's an all-stater. Nelson, around and out.
They needed that to start the second half.
They hit the final 2 points of the first half on the free throws by Miller. There's Lichtefeld. He had a scorching first half.
Watseka's in a zone right now.
1-3-1 zone for Watseka, and they've pushed the point man, Miller, way out on the court. Lichtefeld, 20-footer.
There's that skip pass they used early in the first half. It worked again to start the half.
Miller with the ball. Drops down to Hagan. Running one-hander is too long. Dingworth cracks it down. And Okawville starts with good intensity again. Dingworth on a pop.
Smooth shooter, Dingworth.
They're shooting and playing with so much confidence. There's concerned Keith Baldwin. His team has to hit 3 or 4 shots in a row here. Miller tries. Look at the fingers into that one.
He's maybe coming alive.
If he does, he'll light the place up. He's got 14. It's a 38-21 Okawville lead. We're in the third quarter. There's that skip pass we were talking. Lichtefeld again. Long rebound, Nelson. Watseka runs. Miller's got it ahead to Drake. One-hander. Reitman rebounds long.
Lichtefeld caused that ball to be shot like that.
There's a long pass down to Dingworth. Intensity levels there. Lichtefeld loaded up and then skips it across in the corner. Reitman. Stein trying to post up. Rena Garvey pulls the trigger.
It looks like their zone offense is a 4-corner. With Stein in the middle, just moving.
It's a 19-point Rocket lead. Watch Miller. There's a lob inside Drake. He steps in, puts it up and in.
Good move, good lob. And a good step to the basket, laid up on a board.
Watseka looks much more comfortable offensively in the early part of the third quarter. We're at 5:38 and a whistle.
They look comfortable, but they're 17 down.
That makes you uncomfortable.
Yes, it does.
Lichtefeld, corner left. Stein's in the middle there. Stein whirls and is fouled by John Martin. Stein and Martin. Martin goes 220 and Stein 210. Junior and a sophomore.
How'd you like to have them blocking for you?
If blocking for me is okay, blocking on me.
I ran into their football coach, Rick Elliott, at Watseka before the ball game. He was down taping ankles, helping Keith Baldwin out. Of course, Elliott was a fine football player at Illinois State, not all that many years ago.
Stein hits the free throw. And stays perfect at the line, 4 for 4. The lead goes 19.
Right now, I think Stein's been a big difference in this ball game.
You saw them play earlier. Is Stein better?
I think he's improved tremendously.
Miller fires. Rolling no. Lichtefeld kick out pass to Dingworth. 2-on-2. Reitman head fake and doesn't shoot. Here's a nice defensive play by Nelson, tipping the ball out of bounds.
Wasn't a very good pass, though. He's trying to force it.
The Okawville bench likes what they see. They're under such control out there.
Well, personally, like Dave Lichtenfeld's hairstyle.
Rena Garvey hits one off the rim. Rebound Dingworth partially blocked. This time Martin. Watseka gets the ball to their star. Up ahead to Drake. Lay it in.
Good fast break. Out of lead. Got the pass to the side. Got it up to the side and went right to the middle with it.
Boy, Drake really ran the floor that time. He was down the court in the wink of an eye. Dingworth scoots the ball around to Renegarby. Lichtenfeld fires.
That takes a little bit of start county development.
It really does.
They get a layup, and then they come back and hit a 20-footer.
It's 10 field goals for Lichtenfeld, and Okawville has the lead. One of your network sponsors is the Illinois Pork Producers.
Cacciatore, a la king, Tetrazzini, Almondine, Kiev. Classic meals, the lighter, leaner, more convenient dishes we're eating today, all made with white meat. But the white meat these classics are made with isn't chicken or fish. It's pork. Pork, the other white meat.
Price Leader can make you a fleet buyer. I've instructed our sales staff to sell every new and used car and truck at fleet prices. And that's in addition to both cash rebates up to $900 and financing as low as 3.9%.
$11,000 full-size pickups are only $79.95, and Taurus, Motor Trend's Car of the Year, is below cost at only $10,786.
You can have them all. Cash rebates, low financing, and a fleet buyer's discount during the fleet buyer's sale at John Deere's Ford Subaru Yugo.
Coach, here's a fast break you could save for your clinic and your film.
This will be a highlight, I think. Comes up the side, makes a nice pass. There's a long pass. Takes it, one dribble, going. There it is.
That's how it's supposed to be done. We're back to live action. 4:20 in the third. Drake is inside. Here's a whistle. Traveling. Paul Drake got caught up in some traffic along the baseline. He's a good player at 6'4" and 185.
Yes, he is.
Big numbers. 17 points, 11 rebounds a game. Okawville with the ball. 44-25 lead. 4:07 to play in the third quarter.
Watseka's back in that man-to-man again.
That's what it is.
We'll see some movement.
Lichtenfeld has changed sides. He's on the right now. He roams the baseline. Renegarby stays outside. It's interesting. Riekman at 5'10" plays the baseline. And Dingworth, the 6'2", comes out. Lichtenfeld missed. Martin forces the board. Miller on the fly. He's got a little stop-and-go dribble. Pull-up jumper. Nice rebound by Hagen. Steps in, puts it up, and is fouled. Good defensive play, but a foul.
Right before that, did you see the move that Miller made? Went down the floor on the right side, put the ball behind his back, made the move inside, put a good, strong jump shot on. It didn't hit, but he put a good move up.
Dennis Miller.
Here comes the move right now. Look at that. A little fake, back to the left side, goes up strong. Just a little short on the front part of the rim.
And he froze a good defender in Renegarby. Hagen knocked in the free throw, 59% foul shooter.
Hagen had good release of that ball.
There's a good look at the young man. Junior. Martin's a junior. Hagen's a junior. Dennis Miller's a junior. That makes Keith Baldwin happy. Here's the ball tipped around. Drake's got it. It falls loose. Tough break for Watseka. And Okawville comes up with it. 44-26. 3.5 to go in the third. Frank Bastoni and Mike Kimball, along with Coach Ed Butkovich at the Assembly Hall. We've got Beardstown and Ottawa Marquette coming up next. Traveling call on Okawville. And Watseka tries to carve into the lead. Miller skips into the front court and fires a pass downstairs for Miller.
Great pass, went up in the air, had good vision, good peripheral vision, saw the guy on the inside, kicked it off.
John Martin the goal on the pass from Dennis Miller. 44-28. Now Watseka needs a defensive stop. It's always been a goal when they needed it, and they get it again. It doesn't count. Dingworth knocked it in, but his foul is first. Foul is on Paul Nelson. No goal.
Here comes a replay. Good move in there, good strong, goes up strong.
Here's Lichtenfeld shooting before he lands, and Nelson rebounds. Watseka could cut it to 14. Here's a ball right in front of us. Out of bounds, Watseka.
Great hustle there by Renegarby.
These young men have such great athletic ability, coordination. This Miller, he handles the ball like it's attached to his wrist. Look at this.
He's come to life.
Dennis Miller with 16. And it's a 14-point game, and Watseka's coming back.
Maybe it's not over yet.
Stein is free. His shot is good. It counts, and he's fouled. Is that a big play?
Big play, possible three-pointer right here. Guy fouled him from behind.
Martin commits the foul, and you talk about momentum. It was going to Watseka until then.
Yes, it was. Here comes a replay here. Makes a good move. Goes up strong. Guy comes right behind him now. Slaps him on the wrist.
And that's 4 fouls on Martin. That's a big call.
A three-point play by Darren Stein. He's 5 of 5 at the free throw line. And the 14-point lead goes to 17. Nice rebound, Nelson. He swings through the lane and has it stripped by Renegarby. 3-on-2, Okawville. Dingworth waits. These are well-disciplined teams. Riekman looks inside, double team on Lichtenfeld in there. Stein's at the foul line. He barges down the lane for a shot that doesn't go. A nice rebound by Drake. Look at him run. Miller in high gear. Great pass to Martin. And a great defensive play.
Stein come off with another big, strong rebound, too.
Listen to the crowd.
I think the crowd's getting into it.
1:35 in the third. 47-30 Okawville. Stein. Dingworth steps in for 2.
Big rebound. I think Okawville has responded.
They answer the challenge. Miller with 2 men on him.
Sign him up.
18 for Miller, and I can see a coach's eyes light up when a player puts it on like that.
And you say only a junior?
That's right. He's 16 years old. Into the game for Watseka 20. Dennis Neal, and Nelson gets a rest.
Tempo of this thing has really picked up. The scoring pace has really accelerated.
Lichtenfeld to the driving Renegarby.
Nice move by Renegarby.
Hasn't taken the ball to the basket all night.
He just faked to the ball and cut back to the basket. They made a nice pass. He made a nice layup.
And the lead is back to 19. That's 6 for Renegarby. Miller's free. O'Hagan made a try at that.
There's Renegarby again. Behind the back by 6'5".
Look at Lichtenfeld at 6'5". Dingworth. Blocked. Excellent defense. Miller. Stutter step. He's in. And fouled. He's flying down the court with that ball.
Makes a nice move in there. Looks like a little reaching in. Got him with the body.
The foul on Lichtenfeld. Here's the Renegarby move.
Watseka fell asleep. Okay. He goes in. Nice move.
Lichtenfeld sits down with 3 fouls in a spectacular game to this point. Free throw is home. Keith Tuck came in the game, 5'7" senior for the Rockets. Number 20. KOCH. Miller made them both. He's only got 20. Another quarter to go. 51-34. And you just never know. Okawville's been up to everything thrown at him. Renegarby calls out the play. 20 seconds. They probably want 1 shot. Tuck in his first action. Riekman on the baseline. We'll see who they go to. 7, 6, 5. Dingworth, 4. Dingworth stepped out of bounds. No, check it. It's a foul on Riekman for an illegal pick. Miller, the all-state guard for Watseka, hobbling a little bit as he walks by us. Yeah, he might have turned his ankle, Coach.
It looks like it. This would be a big play if they could get a bucket here.
Here's a steal. It's Stein with 2 seconds. Stein missed. At the buzzer. The score, Okawville 51, Watseka 34. One of your network sponsors is John Deere, celebrating its 150th year.
Introducing a new riding mower with the tightest turning radius in its class. And yet the sort of heavy-duty transaxle and powerful overhead valve engine you'd expect to find only on commercial equipment. Introducing the new John Deere Riders. Nothing runs like them because nothing's built like them.
Charlie, it's time to... I know.
Taking time to mow doesn't take a lot of time with the Cub Cadet Rider.
Charlie!
I know. Cub Cadet's extra wide cutting deck saves time with fewer passes.
Charlie, it's time!
Oh, no! But when you really need to save time, Cub Cadet bags up to 6 bushels of grass.
Charlie, did you get the bag?
Yeah. Did I get the bag?
Havana Lawn and Leisure in Havana and Prairie International Trucks, Springfield, Decatur, and Champaign.
Okawville in the lead at the Assembly Hall after 3 periods of play. And there's Dave Lichtefeld, and here's his son. Watch the teaching on this. Look at here at 6'5".
Back. Nice move here.
Ball handling deluxe. 6'5", 185 in traffic behind the back.
You like to have the 5'8", the 5'10" guards do that. There he is, 6'8" or 6'5", making that move out there.
We're starting the final period of the season for one of these two fine teams. The Rockets of Okawville in white will start with the ball. Watseka in the maroon will have to mount a furious comeback here. Their star, Dennis Miller, limping slightly in the game. Sophomore Darren Stein on one side, along with Lichtefeld. They stack. There's a near steal by Dennis Neal. Lichtefeld's got the baseline. String music.
Nice little running jump shot.
That's 22 for Lichtefeld, 11 of 21 from the field. Drake can't answer. Dennis Neal rebounds, needs help. Martin's got it for him. 3 seconds.
I'll tell you right now, Frank, I don't think we can say enough about Renegarby. He has really done a great job out there defensively, and he's handled the ball out there on offense. Done a super job.
Here's some defense being put on by Watseka. Hagan in the back. And Renegarby triggers ahead to Stein. Well, here's a bad pass. This will go to Watseka. 7:14 to play in the game. Look at the stats after 3. Okawville at 49% with 45 shots. Watseka 13 of 37. That's 35%. Watseka shot 5 more free throws, made only 1 more. Rebounding way ahead for Okawville by 10. Turnovers are even. Dennis Miller. Bounces no. The rebound is Drake, powerhouse rebounder, and he's fouled by Renegarby.
I want to say one thing about Lichtenfeld. When that shot went up, he was about 18 feet from the basket when Miller shot. He was in there on the defensive boards. He really moved to the ball.
Paul Drake at 6'4" at the free throw line is a 65% shooter. Hustle is a way of life here. 7:01 in the game. Watseka down 18. 17. They press. Derek Hagan putting on the good deed. He's only a junior. Lichtefeld blows by 3 men and a whistle. Blocking foul, Miller. A mighty talented collision there as Lichtefeld and Miller hit head on.
Here comes the replay. Lost a little control of it, then he gets it back. Looked like he was falling down before he got there.
Take a different look at that. Foul called on Dennis Miller, so Okawville has the basketball. Back to live action. That's Stein. Head fake and shoot. Yes, sir.
15, I think, for Stein. Right.
15 it is. Martin's free. He rolls it off the rim. Nice rebound by Drake. He barges in with the left hand for the deuce.
Made a nice move. Good pivot to the basket and used the left hand.
He's a tough competitor. 6:22 to play in the game. Lichtefeld finds Riekman along the baseline, and the Rockets of Okawville spread it out. Dingworth finds himself all alone.
When he gets that shot, it's in.
A rhythm jumper from about 10, and you can mark it up. That's a dozen for Dingworth, and Paul Drake is high. Drake has 12.
think they needed that the first half.
The ball handling here is remarkable. Very few turnovers. Stein makes the move, and Drake's got another board.
Great pass by Lichtenfeld, though, right before that shot.
Miller threads his ball inside, and a foul on Renegarby.
I believe that's 3 on him.
4, I got.
4.
See what they flash up on the board.
Renegarby picks up the foul and says timeout, and it's his 4th personal. With 5:45 to play in the game, Okawville in the lead, and one of your network sponsors is Country Companies in
The day you drive out with a new car, you start driving down the value month after month. With most auto insurance, total a car 2 years later, and you just get the used car value. But with Country Company's Keeper policy, if your car is wrecked beyond repair, you get a brand new car. Same make and model, even if it costs more than you paid at first. So get the Country behind you.
You got the Country Company.
Experience the sharpest picture, the clearest sound, and the best price around at Right Satellite. With over 120 TV channels and 50 radio channels, you have unlimited movies, sports, education, religion, music, children, family, and adult entertainment at your fingertips. Plus, at Right Satellite, you'll find factory-trained technicians and the largest dish display in Illinois. Hurry in now and save during the tax refund sale at Right Satellite. Right Satellite, Peoria, Tremont, and now servicing Bloomington.
The fans are enjoying two teams that are playing all out of every minute of this game, and Watseka is 17 down, but there's still nearly 6 minutes left.
A lot of time.
For the rebound advantage for the Rockets. It's by 7.
1-1, gentlemen.
Actually, Watseka's carved into that a little bit as Paul Drake has cleaned off the boards pretty well.
This is a big 1-1 this early in the 4th quarter.
John Martin. That ball looked like it was going to be short, climbed right in there. Martin, good board man, averages 8 rebounds a game, 11.5 points a game. His dad, Dr. John Martin, will be inducted in the ICBA Hall of Fame in April. Got it down. It's a 15-point game. Rockets in the backcourt. They need help. There's Dingworth. I'm amazed how few turnovers this game has seen. There's been pressure on both ends. Renegarby and Lichtenfeld exchange on the top.
It'll be a little bit of control game right here. A lot of people call this a Notre Dame control game. It's the old Wichita style.
Yeah, Ralph Miller's old style. Sure it is. Ralph Miller played a little bit lower on the boxes, but that's it. The back man will come out to get the ball. The point man will go replace him, but they lose it. This is Matt Reynolds inside. There's Miller, steps in. He tried to keep from stepping on somebody, couldn't get it down.
Stein did a good job defensively there. He come over to help out, almost took a charge.
Watseka has 10. Matt Reynolds, a 5'9" senior in. This is Dingworth.
They're going to try to shoot free throws now.
Back to the delay to score. I'd like to try to sneak somebody in. The control people are the top men on the stationary point. Looking at Dingworth, and the clock melts to 4.5. And a foul on Miller.
I believe right now the only two people who are going to shoot would be Dingworth and Lichtenfeld. You might get the ball inside to Stein if he gets open. I think they're going to go primarily to those two fellas.
1-1, gentlemen.
Watch the effort now on the replay as Miller goes for the ball.
He makes it, steps in to get the ball, but he's too late.
Dingworth drills the free throw. You know, we mentioned that Miller has 25 points a game and 6 rebounds. He also averages 10 assists and 5 steals a game.
Great passer. Great passer.
Really sees the court well. Dingworth, a pair. And it's 59-42, the Okawville Rockets in a very impressive performance. I wonder how they lost 6 times.
Played some great competition.
That's one of the reasons. Miller, bang. What a player.
Fellow was all over him, too, and anyway, put it up there.
And now the Rockets look to bring it against this pressure. Here's a bad pass, but Lichtenfeld's got it. He's going to go all the way and turn back. 22 for Dennis Miller.
That's smart play.
Now under 4 minutes left in the game. Okawville hoping to join Chrisman and Venice as a semifinalist. Remember, Ottawa Marquette and Beardstown to follow. Again, back to the old Wichita delay. Renegarby, Dingworth, and Lichtenfeld, the ball handlers. Stein and Riekman are the control people at the top. They won't move unless someone's trapped. There's the answer.
The release man.
Renegarby's very good with the ball.
They know their roles, don't they?
Extremely well. Look at Drake come out and foul.
Good move by Dingworth, though. Put the ball in the other hand, come back the other way. Through the foul.
Two excellently coached basketball teams. Watseka wants to stop play at 3:20 to go. Okawville still the lead. One of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick, yeah. Whoa! The goodness of milk is a real health kick. Health kick, yeah, milk. You pour a glass of milk real tall, getting comfy of the vitamins and loving it all. Looking good. Well, come on, everybody, milk's that kick. Health kick, do that kick. Come on, everybody, do that kick. America's favorite health kick.
Biggs Awning and Window Company has everything you need to beautify and protect your home or office building. Like solid core storm doors, handcrafted for elegance and durability. Inside thermal replacement windows that tilt in for cleaning ease. And the 2+2 sliding door and window system made to last a lifetime. Plus, you'll find solid locking iron secure doors, porch enclosures, shutters, aluminum siding, Venetian blinds, and many other quality products. It's all at Biggs Awning and Window Company, where quality is first, last, and always.
If you want to watch smart, aggressive, well-disciplined basketball, you're at the right place. Watseka has played well, but they're 15 behind. It'll give you an idea of how good the Rockets have been tonight from Okawville.
They've looked great tonight, and I think the control game has been excellent so far.
You know, you can't find a phase of the game that Okawville hasn't performed well tonight. They've taken care of the ball. Their shooting is great. Their board work is superb.
You know, they've run 3 or 4, maybe 5 different offenses, and they've run them extremely well, and the kids have adjusted every time they go into them, and it seems like they pick it up right now.
Watseka has never panicked. They've always worked hard on defense. It's the uphill struggle as Doug Dingworth, an 84% free throw shooter, is there. He's got the long rebound.
Get it back and run some more time off.
The clock is the enemy of Watseka now.
They're a 2-1-2 on offense now.
Miller got his hands on the ball, but Okawville keeps it. And the foul on Hagan.
Watseka looked like we were in a 1-2-2 trap type of press or some kind of trap. And immediately, Okawville picked it up and went into 2-1-2 with Lichtenfeld on the high post.
Derek Hagan picked up the foul, playing D. And coming into the game for Watseka, 20, Dennis Neal, a starter, in. Matt Reynolds was out.
You better not get behind Okawville very far. As well as they handle the ball, as well as they shoot free throws.
It's a clinic.
Yep.
Dingworth puts it down. They're a multi-dimensional team.
I suppose their club, though, is predicated on getting off to the good start. Building up a little bit of a lead and then protecting it.
Dingworth a pair. 61-44 with 3 minutes.
Of course, everybody wants to get off to a good start, but I think it's particularly important and advantageous if you handle the ball well.
Drake takes the pass and turns. Here's the long rebound.
There's
Stein
again.
Nice looking foul block.
Very strong. Here he is on the other end, and a foul on John Martin. That will be 5 on the center for Watseka. With 2:46 to go, Martin, 5 points in the game, will sit down. 32, Paul Nelson comes back. So Martin will be back next year, a junior, 6'3" and 220. Might throw. Free throw is good by Darren Stein. There's Martin. He'll be back with Miller and Hagan and more.
And again, I don't think you can say enough about that young gentleman.
17 points, 3 of the starters for Okawville in double figures.
What a performance. 2:40 to go as Miller banks it in on the move.
He's a nice player, too.
Renegarby's foul, and Okawville gets 24. John Jasper in the game for Stein. Dennis Miller.
Look at this move. Great body control. Look at that. Kept that ball, used the backboard. And even when the ball was going through the basket, he still had his eyes on it.
Nice camera work and an excellent point. 5 fouls on Renegarby, who was just a superb point guard in this game. Renegarby's a lot better defensively than you think.
He gives them a lot of spark out there.
63-47 with 2:39. It's been Okawville answering the challenge of Watseka. Time and again. Jasper is in the game, so is 20 Keith Tuck for Okawville.
25 for Dennis Miller, who certainly lived up to his reputation here tonight.
He's an all-stater plus.
Isn't he something? Foul here is on Drake, his 4th.
Waseka's going to need some missed free throws, plus about 4 or 5 turnovers here in the next minute and a half to get back in there.
Not to mention maybe instituting the three-point play.
Not this year.
Not this time. Free throw is around and out. There's the missed free throw. Hagan to Miller. Look at him go. Great pass to Drake to the goal.
Holy Toledo.
And they're right within 14. It's amazing what a pass he made blind, and Drake dunked it. Here's a near steal by Watseka there. There's 2:10, and they're fighting. Jasper. It's the Four Corners offense. Watseka trying everything they can to close this lead. Under 2 minutes. 63-49 Okawville. They may have to foul. Now you can hear them yelling, you have to foul, and they do. Into the game for Watseka, 30. Andy Yergler, 5'10" junior, and Derek Hagan goes out. He played well.
On that last fast break that Watseka got, he had that three-point play. The guard knew where that guy was at all the time when he was coming down the floor. Good peripheral vision, made the little bounce pass, looking one way and going the other way.
Free throw is no good, and then Paul Nelson rebounds. 1:44. Nelson goes all the way, coast to coast. Watseka within 12 and a minute 37. And now Okawville has to take care of the ball. Never say never. Dingworth, nice pass. The Rockets could use Renegarby in these situations. A tip away by Miller. Look at the hustle. As Miller went past the bench on this effort to get the ball.
Almost had it. You know, he's played great offensively, but he has hustled and really hustled defensively tonight.
Tuck with it. Ooh, Riekman and Miller made a stab at that. Miller spending every ounce of his energy, and the foul on Andy Yergler. 1:18 to go in the game. Watseka has come from 19 down to within a dozen.
I'll tell you one thing, taking nothing away from the kids out there, but you take Renegarby off the floor for Okawville, and certainly a little bit of the poise and precision of this ball club is missing.
Made a lot of difference so far, hasn't he?
He's a fine player.
Watseka gets 44. Scott Ringy in the game, 6'2" senior, and Paul Drake. Excellent year and excellent game for the 6'4" senior.
Nobody on the line for Okawville.
Dingworth, 84%.
Will that keep him a little more quiet?
7 out of 8 tonight.
And Okawville looks as if they'll be advancing to the semifinals. Nelson, good-looking player. And a foul on Okawville, and that's not what Dave Lechterfeld wanted.
Well, Steve Baldwin's going to make sure his kids get in this ball game.
Number 40 for Watseka, Sean Edwards, a 5'10" junior. And there goes Dennis Miller. And somehow you get the feeling you may see him again.
A very deserving ovation.
I should say, Dennis Miller in the game. Lit up the scoreboard for about 25. Another whistle and a foul on the Warriors.
Not only about, exactly 25.
25 it was for Dennis Miller, hit his average.
Block of assist, too.
Doherty, Chrisman, and Venice in the first semifinal tomorrow. Okawville will advance, and they will play the winner of Ottawa Marquette and Beardstown coming up next for the Rockets. A couple of more reserves check in front of us. And 10, Shane Schussler, a 5'6" junior in. Doug Dingworth out. And what a game he played.
Great ball game.
Lichtenfeld. Has another. A pair for Lichtenfeld at 112. He'll come out. As 30, Brian Allball, 6-foot junior, comes on. And there's 12, Kevin Linker, a 5'8" junior.
24 for Lichtenfeld.
So Lichtenfeld gets 24 points, and Miller 25 in this quarterfinal game. Lichtenfeld will play again tomorrow.
And 17 for Darren Stein, so they continue to impress with their balance.
Here's a pass, went through the hands of Watseka and out of bounds. And Okawville will have it with 1:08. And now we're going to get Matt Reynolds back. Nelson out for the Warriors of Watseka.
It's great that the reserves are getting in at this time, Frank, because this is something they're going to remember for the rest of their lifetime, too.
For Watseka, Andy Yergler picks up the foul. Watseka's role now is to foul as soon as they can. And Kevin Linker will get a chance to shoot free throws.
Of course, this is what the intentional foul rule is designed to stop. Prolonging ball games with incessant foul at the finish, but it obviously hadn't done the job.
Well, if you're making an attempt to get the ball, it's not an intentional foul versus the judgment called by the official.
Linker.
Okay, Ed.
We got to say something.
And the rebound is up and good by Dwayne Sundquist. Sundquist, 6'1" junior, put it down.
I think you guys addressed that topic before.
Andy Yergler got that one. It's 69-53, 50 seconds. The game winds down, and still another foul. Keith Baldwin, 303 victories in 16 years. Baldwin, with Richard Reynolds at his side, has had another brilliant season. Will stop this year with 25-5, and will have a great club coming back again next year. Rebound, Sundquist. He's got 2 goals in a row.
That's 2 offensive rebounds off missed free throws.
A 6'1" junior knocks in a quick pair. 71-53, Okawville. Edwards.
Good shot by Edwards.
5'10" junior hits one. Half a minute to play, and a foul. Watseka picks up the personal. It's on Dan Neal, 34, a 6-foot junior. Well, all of these players work very hard in practice all year long and deserve some recognition for helping their team get here.
Do you think Sundquist was hoping another miss comes?
He owns the offensive board right now.
He's going for a hat trick.
Yep.
This is Kevin Linker. He drilled it. And his name's in the book at the Assembly Hall.
Remember the good old days when the reserves came in, didn't score at all? Now they light the place up. Second 5 comes in there and pours them in.
Linker got them both as a happy young man. 73-55. Okawville with 73 big points.
Look at that smile on his face down there.
You bet. Here's a long shot missed. Rebound Edwards. It's on the floor. Okawville has it. 19 seconds. Up ahead. Here's Sundquist. He's got his third goal try, and he missed that one. But he was fouled. Dwayne Sundquist having some fun.
I think the first downs are about even at this point, fellas.
You know, he's only a junior. He's a good built, nice-looking athlete, Sundquist.
I'll tell you what, there's a good baseline that he's playing behind with Lichtenfeld, Stein, and Rinkman. And there's Coach Dave Lichtenfeld, St. Louis University.
Old Billiken.
An old Billiken, class of 62.
Well, young Billiken, let's put it that way. Mature Billiken.
There's This time the long rebound comes into the lane. The shot is up and down and home by Brian Okawville, and I think it counts. No, it doesn't. Foul is on Scott Ringy.
Would you believe it, Frank? I was a Billiken at one time, and 53, 55, but it's been a long time ago.
Well, Lichtenfeld is a young Billiken then. Okawville gets his point on the board. This could be 75 points for Okawville here. They came off the game. They scored 36 and 1. A win is a win. Edwards tries to get it over to Andy Yergler, out of bounds to Watseka with 9 seconds.
What a difference 2 or 3 days.
I should say. Oh, we've got another quarterfinal game to go. Yergler turns. He's free. Now he's blocked. Rebound by Ringy, and a foul with 5 seconds. We're going to go out fouling. Let's see the fouls on Brian Okawville and Scott Ringy, R-E-G-N-I-E-R, 6'2" senior, at the line. Free throw is good.
There's another happy young man.
And look at that smile. They'll have another. Made his first free throw of the year at the Assembly Hall. 2 seconds. 1 second. Okawville has gone on. The final score, the Rockets of Okawville, 75. Watseka, the Warriors, with 56. One of your network sponsors is Deutsch Allen.
The Deutsch air-cooled diesel engine starts easy and warms up fast in ice-cold weather. It runs cooler in scorching heat. It runs longer and uses less fuel. Since it's air-cooled, it needs no radiator, water pump, thermostat, or hoses. That eliminates 40% of engine failures. Air-cooled diesel power is standard in Deutsch Allen's 43 to 145 horsepower tractors. Visit your Deutsch Allen dealer and see what sets our tractors apart.
Here's the baseball feed in, and they're trying to get the tip up by a hook. Oh! Yes!
Watching great moments from Bradley basketball really makes me work up an appetite. And nothing can satisfy my hunger like eating kitchen-cooked potato chips, made with that hearty golden flavor right here in the heart of Illinois. So when the gang gets together to watch the game, or the kids are looking for that perfect snack, serve up kitchen-cooked potato chips.
And I wouldn't do this commercial either if I didn't eat them myself. They're great!
You got the idea early that the Rockets of Okawville were having things their own way. With 3:59 in the first quarter, Heath Baldwin called timeout, and the score was 8-2, and it was a signal of things to come. As halftime, Okawville led 34-19 by 17 at the quarter and finished up with a 19-point, very impressive victory, Coach Ed Butkovich.
I'll tell you what, I think Okawville looks real good. And I'll tell you what, I think if Stein can play like he did this evening, if he can play tomorrow like that, I think Okawville is going to be really tough down the stretch here.
You know, each time you see a team, you think you've got the who's going to win the title. First you thought it was Chrisman, then we thought Venice was a lock, and Okawville looked very good. What's in store for us in Game 4, we'll find out pretty soon. It's going to be Ottawa Marquette, as you see, and Beardstown, all they've done is won 28 games. Ottawa Marquette erased Providence St. Mel from the tournament, 80-77 in overtime, and the Assembly Hall is up for grabs as we're getting set for that one, and those teams will come onto the court in just a moment. In this game that we just finished, we have to give a lot of credit to people like Dennis Miller, Paul Drake of Watseka, and also for Okawville, the cast was sterling. Jeff Lichtenfeld was awesome early. He scored a barrel of points. As you pointed out, Coach, Stein, the sophomore center, and Rena Garvey really played their roles.
I was really impressed with Rena Garvey. He handled the ball extremely well. He knows his role. He plays real good, solid defense. He's all over the floor, and he sees the court real well.
His running mate at guard, Dingworth, a good game, too. We'll be back in just a minute after these messages.
thought it would never come. But that little envelope you've been checking the mailbox for has finally arrived. Your income tax refund check. Why not invest part of that windfall in a Big Sur water bath? The Balboa is $185.99. Or the Timberline Silver with glass front coverage is $339.99. If your refund's in the mail, use our no-interest layaway or convenient financing plans. Big Sur water baths, America's largest. 4517 North Sterling, just west of the Northwoods Mall in Peoria.
Frank Bassoni back at the Assembly Hall, where last year something special happened right here in this building. History was made when the boys and girls Class A state championship basketball teams both came from the same town and the same school, Teutopolis, Illinois. The junior high girls from T-Town were last year's Class A winner, too. IHSA sent Rebecca Paul to Teutopolis to find out more about the Wooden Shoes and their championship town.
When they're 6 months old, their mothers are carrying them in their arms to the ball game, and you can bet 16, 17 years later, those kids are going to be out here.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Paul. You've just heard Teutopolis boys basketball coach Ken Crawford. And he's right. The kids in Teutopolis grow up with basketball. But then again, basketball is a part of everyone's life in T-Town. It's a family tradition. For generations, win or lose, the entire community has rallied around its school and its basketball team.
Basketball has been one of the most social events in the Teutopolis community. And people come out and see us. People come out and see the winner, and they love it. In our gymnasium, it holds about 1,800 people. If we have the finals of the regional, it's going to be packed to capacity. It's been like this all the time, but due to the fact that we have been winning quite a bit, more people are taking notice and they're seeing us win, and this is what the community likes.
We have with us here the history of Teutopolis. Mr. and Mrs. J.H. Griffin, the gym is named after you, sir, and you've been involved with the program since 1925. Mr. Kelch, who has taught here and was in the first high school graduating class. You were here when there were only 30 kids and 3 teachers. How did you come up with a ball team with 30 kids?
You came out. The ball was pretty round and didn't go through the hoop either.
Did you ever play?
Oh, yes, on the first team, substitute.
Did you ever feel like a basketball widow?
Very, very much so, because those weren't the days of babysitters, and when there were games, I was home with the children. I really didn't get involved too much in sports. I usually ended up staying home during the games and watching the children, praying my rosary so they'd win.
You've been to hundreds and hundreds of basketball games. Which one was most exciting?
Last year's the state win state.
Wendy Havikhorst founded the girls program in 1977 and is with us here today. How does it feel to have a program that you began end up to be such an incredibly successful program with a state championship?
It was a great feeling because you could tell that the program was going to be successful because the boys program was successful. And I think that the type of student that we have here, the type of student athlete that we have in this community, they're always going to be successful.
Success is an understatement when you're talking about Teutopolis athletics. Every year it seems yet another trophy or title is added to the Wooden Shoes collection. Having won the state championship, both boys and girls last year, did you feel there was an awful lot of pressure to repeat, to do it again?
This year, I think there was a lot of pressure on the seniors to go back and repeat, say it again.
What about the girls?
we didn't feel that much pressure because there's no seniors on the team, and us juniors have next year to go back up and do what we think we can or what others want us to do.
Philip Hartke is co-president of the Booster Club and the father of one of the boys on the team. Do you think basketball can ever become too important?
I think it could get out of perspective if the coaches let it, but I don't think our coaches will let it happen here because they put great emphasis on their academic work as well as their court work.
How do you balance academic excellence with athletic excellence?
Most of our basketball players are also very good students. A great number of them are involved in the college-bound program. In a high school our size, with 345 students, the teachers have to do 3 and 4 different things and really have an opportunity to find out what makes each student an individual.
Your other role in the high school is as a guidance counselor. How does that help you with coaching? Does that help you with your team?
Yes. There's no question about the fact that the guidance role aids my relationship with the team in many ways. You know, my role in the guidance office enables me to be right on top of the grades all the time. So I know when the kid is performing or not performing. I want him to get 150% on the floor, in the classroom, to whatever activity they're involved in at that point in time.
What makes T-Town special?
I think the key is the strong family background, and number 2, the ingrained work ethic.
We just have hard-working people here, and they have very strong discipline.
These kids are very hard workers in addition, and there's also a pretty high level of intelligence with most of the people that are associated with the community.
And people are together behind their teams, they're together in their church, having only one church here, and it's just a very close-knit community.
Everybody in town knows everybody else, and most people are related to someone else in town, and I think that it kind of pulls the community together, and because of that, we have great team support.
Community effort to make things happen successfully.
Everyone in the community gets along with each other, and when they come to games, you can tell, because they all cheer for the same thing.
I think the coaches and the players have a lot to do with it, and at the games when fans do come, that's just the extra out there that gives us to play harder.
We are tight-knit. Most of the fans know most of the ball players. Personally, they know their parents. The parents played here.
Most of the parents have played, or they had a brother play or a father play, so they understand.
It's the support whether they win every game or not, but we cheer both ends. We cheer the defensive end and the offensive end. We appreciate the efforts the kids make.
It's the people with the traditional values that we've described, and make every effort to hang on to those traditional values.
People. They're, like I said, a family-oriented community. They revolve around their school. It revolves around the community events.
Basketball is as far as athletics go, is king here at Teutopolis, and everybody wants to be a Teutopolis basketball player.
Okawville took out Watseka 75.